Hello and welcome to Federal Flash. I'm Philip Lovell and I'm joined by Nikki McKinney. This week, we'll update you on a few of President Trump's nominees to serve at the U.S. Department of Education, compare the House and Senate tax proposals, and go over the long list of items on Congress's agenda between now and the end of the year. Let's turn to Nikki for a quick update on nominations.
Thanks, Philip. On Wednesday, the Senate Education Committee held confirmation hearings for Mitchell Zais for Deputy Secretary and James Blue for Assistant Secretary for Planning, Evaluation, and Policy Development. The committee and the full U.S. Senate are expected to vote on these nominees in the coming weeks, after which they will assume their roles at the department. Prior to the hearing, the Trump administration withdrew the nomination of Tim Kelly to serve as Assistant Secretary for Career, Technical, and Adult Education, citing offensive statements Kelly made about Muslims, Head Start parents, and federal efforts to recruit women into the sciences. We'll let you know when a new nominee to fill that post is selected.
Thanks, Nikki. GOP efforts to reform the tax code continued this week. The House bill cleared the Ways and Means Committee, the committee with jurisdiction over taxes, and moved it to the floor of the House, where it passed by a slim margin. Here's some of the back and forth between Representative Susan DelBene, Democrat from Washington State, and Tom Barthold, Chief of Staff for the Joint Committee on Taxation, that illustrates some of the ways in which this proposal hurts working families and benefits corporations.
A few questions. Will a teacher in my district who buys pens, pencils, paper for his students be able to deduct these costs from his tax returns under this plan?
H.R. 1 would repeal the above-the-line deduction for teacher expenses.
Will a corporation that buys pens, pencils, and papers for its workers be able to deduct those costs from its tax returns under this plan?
The general deduction for ordinary and necessary business expenses by any business entity is not changed, so it need not be a
So they would?
But yes.
Will a firefighter in my district be able to deduct the state and local sales taxes that she pays from her tax returns under this plan?
As noted previously, the itemized deduction for the election of either state or local income taxes would be repealed under H.R. 1.
And will a corporation be able to deduct sales taxes on business purchases under this plan?
Sales taxes incurred as part of the production of income would remain deductible.
Okay, so they would.
The House and Senate tax bills have some similar goals, but differ significantly in their details, particularly in their education-related provisions.
That's right, Philip. Unlike the House bill, the Senate proposal would not eliminate the deduction for interest paid on student loans or tuition. It also does not include the expansion of 529 plans to cover elementary and secondary school tuition. And rather than eliminating the $250 deduction that educators can take for what they spend on supplies, as was proposed by the House, the Senate bill would double the deduction to $500. But this doesn't mean the Senate bill is good for education. The proposal eliminates the deduction for state and local taxes entirely. This could put pressure on state and local governments to reduce taxes, thereby cutting funding for schools, roads, healthcare, and other priorities. Additionally, the Senate's $1.4 trillion price tag jeopardizes domestic spending just like the House bill, including federal investments in education. The time we're recording this video, the Senate Finance Committee is still voting on amendments to their bill, but the committee is likely to pass it and send it to the full Senate.
Congress plans to recess for Thanksgiving, but between now and the end of the year, lawmakers have a long to-do list, including funding the federal government and avoiding a government shutdown, raising the debt ceiling so that the government doesn't default on its loans, passing the DREAM Act in order to protect the nearly 700,000 students with DACA status from deportation, providing a third disaster relief package for communities impacted by hurricanes and wildfires, and passing tax reform. Needless to say, it'll take a Christmas miracle for them to accomplish all of this. That's all for now. For an email alert when the next episode of Federal Flash is available, email us at alliance@allfored.org. Thanks for watching.
Federal Flash is the Alliance for Excellent Education's video series on important developments in education policy in Washington, D.C. in 5 minutes or less.